Yes, ma'am. We are on.
We are on air. Welcome.
Whenever anyone says on air, I want to say Ryan Seacrest.
With Ryan Seacrest.
Right? Like, whenever anybody says on air, that's what I think of.
All right, but who are we actually?
Garlic girls! You say it.
We're the garlic girls.
And who are the garlic girls exactly? Go on. The floor is yours, Emily.
I'm Emily.
Also known as @OM-gated, right? How do you pronounce that?
Well, that's like, that's only... You good?
Sorry, guys. I just spat beer everywhere. We're fine.
That's like... Damn, should I redo my Instagram to be that again?
Yeah, you need to choose
I like
one.
that it's my full name. That's the only thing that I like. Is that I don't want somebody else to have my full
I feel
name,
like
you know?
you should have that as your Finsta.
My full name? I feel like that's the worst part.
Okay,
full
sorry.
name.
No, as in that's your private account or something. You know what I mean? You need to be known as a persona. That's
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's a one word or something, OM, what is it? OM
G Aitken.
That
was my former handle, and that's my TikTok one right now. But currently my Instagram's Emily Grace Aitken.
That is your full name. Because people were telling me to get rid of my last name, actually, even on my TikTok and stuff.
Really?
Gray was saying that, aka the MAGA Whisperer. He was like, you should get rid of your last name. This is so funny because right now, this is the first episode or whatever, and the only reason why we started doing this, we actually wanted to do this for a while now, but it was because of TikTok why we're doing this. So sometimes we're going to talk about the people that we know from TikTok, such as the MAGA Whisperer. He actually changed his handle today.
Really?
Yeah.
He probably gets way too much shit.
Well, he's just I don't like being called MAGA.
Yeah.
People will call you MAGA for short. You know what I mean? Rather than the MAGA Whisperer.
And that's when he's trying to not for that. So it's
no, the MAGA Whisperer is not for MAGA. just to clarify, y'all. Same as us. We are not for MAGA. Apologies. Trump supporters, you're allowed to listen. You're allowed to pay us, but we don't support what you're doing. Did we just get way too political in episode 1? Oops. There's taboo topics to talk about.
Wait, so introduce who you are.
Oh yeah, I'm Mac Whale. That's it. That's all you need to know about me.
Damn, I just gave my full legal name and you're just Mac Whale.
Yeah, man, I'm just Mac Whale. It's official. I'm now, that is all I shall be known by, Mac Whale. Really, where does that come from? I don't fucking know. You figure it out. I'm just Mac Whale. That's it. I'm from China. That's the only other thing that people really need to know. And I guess we can tell our rough approximate ages, right? Well, I don't think rough. When I say rough approximate age, I mean my age is 25.
I'm 27.
You're 27. I'm 27. Oh my goodness. We are getting old. The pandemic stole our lives from us.
Yeah, you know what? I was 25 when this started, so I'm 25, okay?
Yeah. No, it's not fair.
For all intents and purposes.
I thought it was intensive purposes.
Right? That's one of those, not Mandela effects. I don't know what
I feel like it should be a Mandela effect.
It's
for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, that's the proper way of saying it.
I thought it was intensive.
Intensive purposes, right? It's the more you learn, you know?
Mandela effect's interesting. That's a cool one.
Or it's not really Mandela effect. It's more
I think you're about to describe the Mandela effect and then be like, it's not the Mandela effect.
No,
go on.
The Mandela effect is when you there's another word for what it is when it's it's a not colloquialism, but there's another term for
a common misunderstanding.
Yeah,
a common mistake.
Yeah, basically. But because of the Mandela effect, I feel is more specific to you remembered a line in a song. It's I don't know, a big group of people remembering a line in a song being different.
Yeah, but I'm sure
a logo being different.
I'm sure if we tested a bunch of people and asked them, is it all intents and purposes or all intensive purposes?
Yeah.
It would be a pretty good split, and I'm sure that people...
I used to think it was intensive purposes.
Yeah, and I'm sure people are I saw it written in a book, that's how I was taught, you know what I mean? Where they're super, cling on to that. I think the only difference is like low-key when I was watching this documentary about the Mandela Effect, these people that believe that it's basically a different dimension where this happened or something like that, or God knows
like string theory, physics shit.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Guys, I wanted to share this. Just like side note. Well, we don't really have a topic, so I guess whatever the topic we are talking about is the topic.
Whatever comes to mind.
Whatever comes to mind. Yeah, this is not
spitting
even
right now. Like,
I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
well, yeah. What was your topic?
I forgot. It was something about the Mandela Effect and then wormholes and I just wanted to share a talent of mine. My talent is, I don't know why, but I can talk about physics.
How is that a talent? Wait, what can you talk about when it comes to physics?
I don't know. I went on 2 dates. So I went on a date with a guy who was a physicist.
So I am now, by proxy, also a physicist.
No, not like that. But I was able to talk to him about physics for like a good 20-30 minutes. I held a conversation. I know about like quantum mechanics and like entanglement theories because I read one article like 5 years ago about entanglement and like how basically, guys, I'm probably totally butchering this. I'm so sorry. Can I put out a disclaimer first to say that this is in no way supposed to be educational? Please do not learn anything from this. Please. This is
take everything we say with a grain of salt.
With a fat grain of salt. Please fact check us. Like, please let us know because I don't think that this is correct. Anyway, so the parent, what is it called? The experiment that they did. They took an atom and then cut it in half and brought it on like complete opposite sides of the planet, right? This atom. And then they took the atom and then they turned the atom. And then what they noticed was when you turn this half of the atom, the other half of the atom on the other side of the earth will turn at the same time.
Ooh.
Even though they've technically been split and separated or something like that. So that's called like entanglement.
Is it like some kind of like negative, like
I have no idea.
Opposing kind of thing? Opposing force kind of thing? I don't even know.
I have no idea. Like, as in technically that shouldn't happen because it's kind of like magic, basically. As in, like, this is what I think, all right? Calling all physics people, it's basically like magic. No, I'm pretty sure that it left a lot of people like stumped in the sense of like, how is this happening?
I mean, bro, gravity's still just a theory.
Yeah, true. That's so insane.
We just haven't found any other better way to explain why things fall onto the ground in our like. That's the most. Isn't it what is it called? The like burden of proof or like the reasonable doubt or I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. So. So that's part one. That's one of the reasons why.
Why I'm not a scientist.
I was gonna say that's one of the reasons why it's like my special talent. I was able to talk about physics for like 30 minutes and I know nothing. And then the second part of this was I went on a date with MySpace Tom.
Damn, name dropping already.
I'm just gonna drop that in there. No, because apparently this
weird
guy...
flex, but okay.
Guys, it's not a weird flex. I was like by no means. I'm sorry, MySpace Tom. I don't even know your full name. I didn't know who this was.
I don't even know what MySpace Tom's full name is.
Right? So
does anybody know what MySpace Tom's full name is?
Well, he's not really relevant. Look.
He was kind of just like immortalized as MySpace Tom.
Yeah, well, he added everyone as a friend. That's just weird.
He was your first friend.
Yeah, that's freaking a little weird if you ask me. But anyways, not to shit, cool guy and everything. The only reason why I went on the date was because I wanted to know what he looked like and I wanted to hear his story from his mouth. Because this is a guy who was like, he's literally is the grandfather of social media.
Yeah.
You know?
Really?
So that's why I was like, this is fucking cool. But at first, the funny thing was, I didn't even know who he was. I think I asked you who MySpace Tom was when he first slid
everybody's first friend on MySpace.
No, but
creator of MySpace.
He slid into my DMs, actually, MySpace Tom.
Yeah.
And all I saw was that he had a verified check mark. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck this person is. His handle was literally MySpace Tom.
Really?
And I think I turned around and I asked you or I asked somebody else. And somebody was like, Mackenzie, this is MySpace Tom! Like, he invented social media! And I was like, herder. Like, I'm pretty sure it was you. I kind of remember it was you.
I think I remember, like, yeah, we were, like, chilling, and you just were like, who's MySpace Tom? And I was like, MySpace Tom, the creator of MySpace. Like, I never really got that super into MySpace. I feel like it was, I remember I had friends that, like, had it, but it was kind of before my time. Like, it was, like, they technically weren't supposed to be on it. It was, like, a little bit before my time. I remember my brother having it and, like, family having it, but I feel like it was a little right at that cutoff point. I remember my mom was like, no, you can't have that. It was like, you know, transitioning from like Neopets to real social media.
I remember Neopets. That was such a vibe.
That slapped.
That was such a vibe. Oh my god. I think my Neopet's probably still there, right?
I mean, yeah. Do they die? I don't think so.
No, they
don't. Just starve.
Yeah.
It'll just say hasn't been fed in like
5 years.
No, but like it's in days, so it'll be like 800 something so days.
Oh man, Neopets.
Actually, way more than that probably. It's 365 days a year.
It's been like probably like 10 years, right? Yeah. It's like 30,000 days or something. That was a vibe. I liked it. Neopets is fun.
That's where I learned the word famished, I think.
Really?
I feel like I learned that from Neopets, because that's what it would say when your pet was like, no, because it would say starving if your pet had like not been fed like in a really long, like it was gonna, I don't know, like it would never die, but it would just say
it's famished.
But then if you had fed it a little bit, it would be like it's famished. It's still a little hungry.
I still remember the time when I was walking in a grocery store with my dad, and I was like, "Oh, Dad, can I have a piñata?" And I like pointed at the piñata, and he was like shocked that I knew the word piñata.
How old were you?
I think I was like 6 or 7. He's like, "How do you know that word?" I was like, "Scooby-Doo taught me." Like, what?
And also, like, I don't know, like.
Well, I grew up in China, so it was in like the fact that I was like learning lots of English words, because piñata is kind of like technically a Spanish word.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that I knew how to pronounce it and knew how it was spelled, and I even knew that there was a squiggly on top of the N or whatever, like it was like, oh my God, like kind of moment. But yeah. And I'm saying, like, I don't think TV is that bad. I don't know.
I feel like I knew the word piñata from like birthday parties, because maybe that might be I might be Americanizing myself by saying that. I don't know.
No, I think so. I don't think I've ever seen a piñata in China. Like while I was growing up, no, they don't sell them at stores. Like here, I feel like you can find them.
Well, yeah, especially because like California, so like it's right next to Mexico, so it has a lot of that influence anyway, and has a very large Mexican population and just all that good stuff. So that's probably why also. But yeah, I feel like piñatas were such a central part of like birthday parties and stuff growing up.
No, it's like you have to have a piñata.
The candy and like it's like a whole tradition. But yeah.
I don't even know how they like what's a really Chinese thing in terms of celebrating birthdays. Honestly, I'm not sure.
Don't you just give a lot of money or something?
Yeah. Like that was my favorite thing about Chinese New Year. Just everybody would like hand me a crap ton of money. Like people I didn't know, like family that I'd never see except for that one moment when they hand me money. Like
yeah, even Americans are really shitty about that.
Oh, they're kind of stingy.
There's no money giving holidays really, except for like birthdays kind of, but it's like here's $20 from
like, or it's supposed to be like a gift. I feel like people don't really like giving money here.
Well, I guess that's kind of true too, because there's kind of the whole stance of like, oh, it's not a personal gift.
Yeah.
You give money. Like, and it's like, no, I'd much rather prefer
I feel like kids. I would definitely, while my kids are growing up, I'm gonna give them money. Like once they're past 6 or 7, because I feel like when they're 6 or 7, you can still guess what they want. But after that point, it's kind of like people are finding out their own stuff.
It also teaches like responsibility of like, oh, well, here, this is your money now. Like you can spend this on what you want, so you have to decide. Like you have to think about it. Like teaches budgeting, I think, early on.
That's good. Oh my God, it's only been 13 minutes.
Yeah, how the fuck do we do this for an hour? Also, I guess we have to like be explicit because we're gonna probably like curse a lot and shit.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I was trying not to. I don't know if you noticed.
Not to, but
I'm like really trying not to, but I don't think that's possible with our potty mouths.
It's hard. It just like comes out of nowhere. I mean, I guess we could get really techie and like put little bloop.
Like little beeps. I feel like that would be so annoying though, considering how much we probably would swear if we
like
made
it like a funny sound like.
If we just replaced all expletives with garlic.
Garlic.
But it needs to be quicker because it's like beep,
garlic,
beep, garlic.
It sounds like nothing.
That's how quick it needs to be, okay? So do you want to explain the name Garlic Girls, where that comes from?
I mean, I feel like it's the only problem. I feel like this is our working title right now, but I feel like it's so niche, like how it even came to be.
Yeah.
Too. Like it was that one random live we did. We're making a really terrible pasta. that tasted like ketchup and barbecue sauce, and the noodles all congealed together, and it was scary.
Dude, I can't believe we're such bad cooks.
I feel like we've made food before and it was good. Like, I don't know what we did wrong. Although we did fuck up. Damn it.
We did fuck up what?
Like, I mean, I feel like, remember when I accidentally spilled all that salt and then all that pepper and like, there were a few little mishaps in there.
I don't know how you had so many mishaps in the kitchen. I was just like, what is happening?
The salt, I left the lid closed on it. I didn't see it. And then I just was like, why isn't this working? And it all came pouring out when I opened the lid. And then the pepper, I just like unscrewed the lid because I didn't realize it was like, I don't know. I'm just dumb. There's not really much more explanation than that. Then I just dumped like half of the pepper.
It wasn't that. It did have a kick to it, but it wasn't that spicy.
It wasn't that. You were able to fish most of it out with that spatula, but
it's good.
It definitely infiltrated a bit. I think it was the tomato paste. There was a lot of tomato paste.
Yeah, it was the tomato paste. That's why it tasted like ketchup.
It was very tomato paste heavy, so I think that's why it kind of...
My issue with the name Garlic Girls is just that I don't want people to think that we're a cooking show. Like, I think that's
also, how would that work with a podcast? Do people have cooking shows that are podcasts? I feel like that's like...
Well, I feel like maybe you could talk. Like, yeah, I feel like that's a thing, right? Because I feel like people listen to podcasts while they cook, right? I don't know the first thing about podcasts.
Clearly, we don't know anything. We're really winging it right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're doing, but we're we're only 16 minutes in. Like,
we're just trying to fill the silence.
Yeah, our podcast's supposed to be like 30 minutes long or something.
Like 30 minutes to an hour.
Jesus.
Honestly.
And it's like cut as well.
But that's the thing, yeah, that's a big thing to keep in mind too. It's not just straight just talking. There's a little edits usually in podcasts, there's ads, there's all sorts of other
Dude, ads are like, okay, let's say the podcast is 45 minutes. Ads probably account for like 3 minutes. Okay. Like, and then the jingle is probably 1 minute. Okay, let's just say 5 minutes. That's still a good 40 minutes of like nonstop like conversation. We definitely need a topic.
It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. You kind of do need to like have a rough outline of what you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And it definitely, I think, gets easier also when you bring other people in and like have interviews and stuff like that. Like that also fills time.
No, because we're totally going to do that. Like, look out for episode 2, y'all, because in episode 2, we're going to start taking phone calls from people. As in, it's like, caller. Like, what is it?
Another one on the request line.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of that one song. I think it's like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. What is it? By Chris Brown. Kiss Kiss by Chris Brown. You know how the song starts? It's like, caller. Okay, whatever. This is where we cut to the song, y'all. If we can figure out how to
figure out how to like do this.
How to edit that. But this is where we cut to Kiss Kiss by Chris Brown.
Is that the song?
Yeah, that's the song. But it starts like caller on line 1, blah blah blah. There's like a phone request line thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, the point of the story is we're gonna be accepting people like calling and stuff like that. And the gist of this show is going to be about dating and being a millennial, navigating adulthood, boo-hoo, our lives suck. Kind of like that's the whole shebang right there.
Feel bad for us because we're millennials. We inherited the worst of all the other generations. And we get shat on by every generation. Poor me. Woe is me.
Basically. But we're not going to sound sad. So
that made that sound really sad.
Like, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad, but it's not gonna sound sad. So we're looking at the silver lining of everything. Maybe we should just call that the silver lining. But that already exists.
Yeah, I'm sure that already exists. I'm sure it's like a motivational podcast.
Yeah, the silver lining.
You must look for the silver lining to find peace.
We could do that.
We're just gonna make this ASMR, actually.
Yeah, okay, let's restart. Let's start over. Back to the drawing board. No, I think like topics will be fine. We can talk about like different topics every time. I just don't really know what to title this. Like episode 1, it's just like this is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it can be super meta. I think it's just it is what it is. Like, not sure what this is, but it is what it is.
That's episode 1. It is what it is, okay?
No, I think it should be titled, Y'all Asked for a Podcast, so here it is. We tried. We're trying to give people.
Yo, dog, you asked for a podcast, so we give you a podcast on your podcast, so you can podcast on your podcast.
I think we have, okay, you know what I think we're able to do? I think you and I have this incredible ability of making ourselves laugh.
I know, I don't think anybody else,
I don't think anybody laugh, I think you and I laugh the hardest at our own jokes. As in you know what I mean? We like our own humor, which is better than most
I
people.
know, honestly, sometimes I find myself laughing at things I say when I'm talking to somebody else, and then they're not laughing, and then I just feel weird, because I'm like, oh, you don't think what I'm saying is funny? I mean, most of the time they do laugh, so they do think what I'm saying is funny. But sometimes they don't, and then I'm like, what do I do now? Don't you think I'm hilarious?
That's hard. I feel like being funny is so, I don't know. I've never really grown up with people telling me that I'm funny. I feel like as I was growing up, not really. I would sometimes feel like I'm making people laugh and stuff. And I like to make fun of myself. I like to be that character where it's I'm a fool. Well, look at me,
A jester.
Yeah, jester, as I don't mind being laughed at. I'm not telling us a joke. No, laugh at me is what I'm actually inviting in, Because someone the other day was oh, take down this video. I'm talking about who.
Oh, we know. Oh, I know who.
Yeah. So, hey, he who shall not be named.
There's a lot of those, I think. A lot of he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
People that we talk
Quite
about.
of these. Okay, Phil, maybe we need to come up with
We should come up with aliases.
Alias?
What is the
aliens.
Aliens. Let's come up with aliens for these people.
Well, I don't know what to call him. This is
How about
Max? Max? That's so random.
It's the first name that came to it's
I
the
don't
first
like
name that
it.
came It's an alien.
I don't like Max. I want it to be something else. I want it to be can I be a physical object? No. Cat.
What about Harold?
Harold. Okay. I like
That sounds
that.
kind of similar also.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But
I like that. Way to throw everyone off track. To the people that we know, to the true stalkers, to throw them off the scent. I gotcha. I see what you're doing, Emily. So yeah, basically Harold was remove your, dude, I'm gonna have to write down all of these aliases or alii that we come up with and who they actually are.
Remember.
Yeah, story consistency, right? Because I know Harold's gonna come up in many times. But anyways, so Harold basically watched one of my reels and was like, hey, you should delete that. And I was like, hello, no. Who do you think you are? The audacity to ask me that. And then he was like, oh, people aren't laughing with you. They're laughing at you. And I was like, dude, that is the entire point. As long as people are laughing, I'm here to bring good vibes and good energy and to make people happy, ultimately, to add more good into this world. So yes, please laugh at me. I welcome it. Even if I'm not trying to be funny and you're laughing, then fuck yeah. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad that I brought more joy to this world. Who would not want that? Even those falling videos, I would post something of me falling, right? Because I just laugh at me because that just brought so many more people joy. Even though that's at my expense or you know what I mean? I hurt myself, whatever. At least it's funny. Some good came out of that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I see it. But Harold
is an interesting character.
Yeah, I'm still so on the fence and so confused about who Harold is and what is going on. But we're gonna save that topic for another day.
Yeah.
That topic can be gaslighting. A topic can be not harassment, but I'd say gaslighting. What is the other term?
I don't know, just kind of manipulation a little.
Yeah, manipulation, Stockholm syndrome. That episode's gonna be about all of that. Some intense shit, y'all. But yeah, Emily, take the floor.
I don't know. What do I talk about?
I don't know. What do people talk about?
I
don't know. Well, so Emily and I managed to talk about almonds for an hour.
This is where we insert that.
Yeah, okay. Let's just insert an hour worth of us saying almond. I say almond milk. What do you say?
Almond.
Yeah. Which one's right?
Which one's right?
This day, I feel we still haven't figured it out.
I mean, technically, it's it really is. We're still talking about this 2 years later. 3 years later. here. We're still talking about this.
That's why we deserve to be like 3 years younger, because we're still like in that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a terrible thing, but we're just gonna pretend it's not.
You know what? The panorama really set us back. So
Panorama?
the Panera Bread, the Panasonic.
Oh, is that what people call it? Is this like a thing? I don't get it. When did this start? What kind of trend
You never
is
heard
this?
people like say like just like reference it in like other stupid ways like that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Dude, I live under a rock. Like, keep going.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of other ones. I've definitely seen like Panera Bread,
Yeah.
Panasonic.
Damn this Panera Bread. I can't even. Panera Bread. So back to almonds.
I mean, technically, if it was like really supposed to be almond, which is how I say it, you'd think there'd be like another L in it. But the English language is also just weird, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, it should be almond.
Yeah, because it's AL. That's Al.
But I feel like we discovered a third way that people say it. Remember, there's almond, almond, and then there was like some weird other, like totally in the left field pronunciation.
I mean, you could say ailment.
Ailment?
Is that what people like with accents say? Ailment.
I don't think almond.
Almond. Almond.
Almond. That's almond milk. I should just go around like and start saying, like, pronouncing things wrong. It's like that one video that went viral. What is it? Water Malone?
Yeah, well, there's that guy that would do that. He would just like go into stores and pronounce everything wrong. Like,
I love that. That's so funny. That's like such great humor. It's like easy and simple. Like simple yet like
yet effective.
and so hilarious. I don't understand. Like, what is
It
this?
gets people laughing. It gets people going.
I agree. It does get people going. I'm like, yeah, moment of silence here. So who is Ted Kaczynski?
Who?
Who is Ted Kaczynski?
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
So we're dropping someone's real name. I don't know who that is.
Well, this is obviously, it must be someone famous. Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski. I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah, because somebody, I was like talking to someone the other day, and then
Who is Ted Kaczynski? Theodore John Kaczynski. Is this he's an American domestic terrorist, mathematician, and anarchist.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, is this the right guy?
No, that is the right guy. So I was talking to a guy, and he was like, I'm kind of like Ted Kaczynski.
What? Jesus! Run away!
Yeah, so maybe we don't. And
He went to Harvard, though. Like,
okay, that's cool.
oh,
So,
I mean, it says he's a mathematician.
yeah. I
So
think,
wait, oh, he's the Unabomber.
who's the Unabomber?
What
What did the Unabomber do? I always hear Unabomber.
I know. I don't. Okay, hold on.
I don't know what the Unabomber is.
Hold the phone.
Who is
Oh, he
the
wrote a
Unabomber?
manifesto and shit. Yeah, he's like.
Oh God, I can't. Who would want to say that they're like
Yeah,
Ted
who would-
Kaczynski?
Yeah. Did he mean Ted Bundy? I feel like that's like a little bit hotter. That's okay. it's
No,
not-
he was not attractive. This is like an old bearded man who looked insane.
Yeah, I mean, this guy looks insane. Like,
Yeah,
looking-
so I don't know,
looking
like,
at
who
him.
would say that Ted Kaczynski is their idol, though? He didn't say that it was his idol, but he was all like,
I'm like him. That's
yeah, I'm like
worse.
Ted Kaczynski, haha.
That's honestly worse than saying he's your idol.
Well, he's also, I guess, a mathematician. He was like, yeah, saying also like Pythagoras was the only word that I understood and recognized out of all the other words he spewed at me. I'm like, sir, just because I'm Asian doesn't mean I know math and like all these words you're
Doesn't mean
telling
I'm
me.
Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Not Ted Kaczynski. But yeah, so that is that.
wait, so what did the Unabomber do? Is this okay to talk about? Can you talk about stuff like this?
I'm not even sure.
American domestic terrorist and former mathematician. He was.
Oh, guess what? We can only record for 30 minutes max. So
Oh wow. Okay, so we gotta wrap this up.
yeah.
All
Any
right.
last words? You got 40 seconds. Go.
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy. I hope you enjoyed this.
You wasted 10 seconds on that shit. All right. Bye, y'all. If you're not coming back next time, we completely understand. Have a
Yeah.
lovely day.
Have a lovely life.
Have a lovely life. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Say bye. Garlic girl.
Garlic girls.
Garlic girls.
Garlic girls.
Garlic girls. Garlic.
Garlic. Bye.